I thought it was a very good team win. Didn't think, watching the film, I was very, very happy and very pleased about the win on Saturday. It was a conference game, number one, which is very important to us, and I know to our program. And it was also a division game, which is even more important, winning in a division. Going on the road, conference games are always tough, any game on the road, but especially conference games. And one of the things I realized last spring while looking around the head coaching table were a lot of good ball coaches in that room, and Stock's one of them. So I knew you'd have a well-coached team and a very good football team. He's been there 8 years, and he's got his own kids in there. So we knew that. After the UNC game, it was a lot of emotion, which is understandable. To be able to come back after that with those ingredients I mentioned earlier, those factors I mentioned earlier, conference, on the road, very good football team, it made it very rewarding for us. And we knew we faced a physical ball team, and it was a physical game like we expected. I thought we did a good job making adjustments, defensively especially and offensively. Moved the ball extremely well, and I was very pleased with that. I mean, offensively, we were 17 out of 23 on third downs, which is, for us here, is really an amazing percentage for us, and I was pleased with that. 500-plus yards of offense as well. Chris and Breon stepping up when Coop went down. Pleased with their production, especially Chris with protection. Did a good job of that. Didn't flinch and didn't step up, and I was proud of those two boys. Offensive line did a really good job again. I thought Ike Harris did a good job. We need him to continue to be consistent for us. And Will Simmons up front, those guys really played well against a team that Tyrone's been known to move a lot and blitz a lot and stun a lot, and he did. And I thought those guys handled it well. I thought the receivers did a good job, especially on third down, of converting. And so that was good. Defensively, I thought at halftime, Rick made, really at the first drive, they started making some adjustments. But at halftime, our guys did a good job in making adjustments. The thing about adjustments, coaches can make them, but the players have to be able to make them. It's not what we know, it's what they know. So the kids did a good job of taking what Rick and John and Dwayne and Mark wanted and needed and took it to the field, which is good to see. I thought Dane Magnuson had a conference week Player of the Week game. 15 solos by our count, and that's what I go on. 4 assists, big-time interception. So I was real pleased with Mag's production. Played the run well, again, and that's what we have to continue to do, and I thought starts up front with our linebacker and linebacker fits. Takeaways, 2 of them, Adonis, really good play on the play action and the flea flicker they had, but I thought all 3 of those guys were in really good coverage on the back end there. D-line, again, keep stepping up, doing things, and that group has faced physical play each week. And it'll be the same this week coming up versus Tulane, but I was really proud of those guys. Special teams, we went to the game knowing they had one of the top return units in the country. I know the kickoff return was ranked 9th at the time when we played them, and that punt return unit was averaging, I want to say double-digit, close to first down, which 10 yards or close to 10 yards of the first down return, which is always good special team-wise, and coverage team did a really good job on that. Lance, the return that Lance made I thought was a game-changing type return, and we needed it. Really did a good job of blocking with the entire unit and got us in good field position, so that was good. So I was real pleased with each of those segments, and now we have to go on to the next one pretty quickly, and we did last night. And the guys are in this middle of this 3-game, the last part of this 3-game road stretch, and we've talked about being road warriors and being on the road, and the guys are handling it well. We must do it again one more week before we can come back to friendly confines of Dowdy Ficklin. So we're looking forward to that, but looking forward to Tulane. The biggest thing I think this week we got to continue to do is execution, and that just means doing their job in simple terms, but executing with quickness and speed and confidence. And continue to do that, working on that. Fundamentals are always going to be big any time of the year. Some people neglect fundamentals and go more to schematic thought process. We won't here. That won't happen as long as I'm here, and I hope that's a long time. So fundamentally, I'm very pleased with that. We've got to keep doing that. And I think routine plays are big. One thing in the game that we kept harping on, just make routine plays. I think sometimes the kids, when they say they may have been, use the term, maybe a little bit over anxious, maybe the word, that's because they try to make big plays, just make routine plays, and they'll turn into long plays and big plays. There's a difference between big plays. The catch that Isaiah made to give us the first down there toward the end of the game was a big play. The long play that some long plays too as well. Continue defensively to work on takeaways, taking the ball away. And Rick and the staff will do a great job of that, and we'll keep getting better at that throughout the year. That'll be a big part of our defense that we need to add on to what we're improving on. And offensively, we talk about ball security, taking care of the football. So those things are things that are on our burner for this week to get ready for Tulane. So when you ask me, those are things I'll be working on this week. I'll say them again if you need me to, but that's what we'll be focused on at Tulane. Defensively, I think first team-wise, CJ's done a good job, and CJ's getting his kids in there too. You can tell. Defensively, a lot of speed again. There's been other teams. Seems like we're playing fast defenses each week, but watching them yesterday and watching them today, this morning, really fast defense. Got a lot of speed, play a lot of kids up front, mobility, linebackers all over the field. So they do a good job. That was a big game, the one versus North Texas. It was a conference game. I think they're leading that division over there too. So CJ's done a good job. Defensively, they got eight starters returning from last year's football team. Up front, on the back end, Lorenzo Doss, the cornerback, is really good football player, as well as Darian Monroe, the free safety. He's really active and involved him a lot in both parts, whether it's blitzing or in coverage areas, but really a good football player. And then Julius Wormsley, he's been there like a while to me, but really good football player and good defensively. Also, Nico Marley and Sam Schofield and Chris Davenport. Those guys are linebackers and DBs and up front people that really are involved and active on their defense. So there'll be a multiple defense from even front to odd with, again, a lot of blitz tendencies and attack tendencies. So we have to be ready to handle that up front and with Shane underneath and our receivers. So we got to be well coordinated with them defensively. Offensively, there's his name again, Orleans Darkwa. He's been there since I've been here, so he's a really good football player. I always thought he's one of the best backs in the league, and he does a good job, and he's very consistent, runs well, same way, just older now. I keep talking about CJ. CJ's been there. I knew CJ when he was at Miami, and then when he was with the Saints and with Sean, and now he's got his own job. You can see that flavor in his offense. It's multiple offensively, well, they can spread you, but also you see some tight sets with spread and able to run the football. And they have a really good name everybody knows under center with Nick Montana. And he moves around. I was watching him just then. Looks like Joe a little bit. You think he can't run, he can run. Think he can't make every throw, he makes every throw. He can make sideline from hash to sideline throws to deep to good job, good field general. Has some plays and games on his belt, and he does a good job leading them. Rob Kelly's another running back you got to be aware of in the backfield, Rob Kelly. So those two guys with Darkwa and Kelly, and then also with Nick in the quarterback position, he does a good job leading them. Ryan Grant, I think, is another one of the top receivers in the league. He returns from last year's team. He did a good job. Great job last year, and he's doing the same this year. He's even more aggressive, which you see same thing from Justin with us, with Deuce, and those guys are competitors, and he reminds me of Justin so much on the film when you watch him. Plays hard and takes pride in not just catching and receiving the football, but also blocking for his teammates. And up front, Sean Darling is the one that stands out, offensive lineman, line-wise, but they do a good job, and like I keep saying, they've got done one Louisiana Tech and North Texas, and they're leading that division. So we got to make sure we're ready to go play another team at home and getting those guys going. On the back end, they have one of the top specialists in the country, and Cario Santos. I voted for him for the Luke Rosa when I got that in, and deservedly so. And he is one of the top in the country. And he's missed one, got tipped, and then he missed one from, I want to say, 57 and one from 55 or 52, which, I'll take that. But he's a good football player. Also have great athletes returning to football. So we know we have a really good big task ahead of us. We've got to have a great week of practice. This is, as y'all know, I said each week, this is game plan Monday for us. Kids have fall break, which is good. We still get our work in as far as with Coach Connors and those things. But we got to have a great week of practice. I think that's the biggest thing this team understands now is the process, practicing and doing what you got to do every day to be successful. Give you a chance, at least give yourself a chance to be successful on Saturday. So Tuesdays and tomorrow is a big day for us, and today's a big day for coaches and for our staff. Corey won't be back this year at all. He's out for the year. Corey Hunter will not return, and so he won't play. He'll be back in the spring. That knee is out for the year. Jaton Beavers won't be back. He's out. Tay's doubtful. Justin Dixon's still doubtful. Jake Geary out right now. Jeremy Grove probable. Corey Hunter out, and Jimmy Williams, he's out for the year. So those guys are out. I thought Chris Harrison did a good job, not just a good job, but really was waiting his opportunity, did a good job of seizing the moment. He ran with relentlessness, which we need, and he also protected well, which is important. Caught the ball well, made some really vital first downs. Brian and I, BT, looked at the schedule, and we could change some things up around knowing where we are and staying in the same place and how our routine goes a little bit. Things that probably wouldn't bore you, but from Central Time to Eastern Time, those kind of things, how we can change and adjust and make sure we get to make the most and get the most out of each minute we're down there. I think 3 games out of the last 8, if I'm not mistaken, have been in the dome. And, it's a great venue to play in, and it'll be great surfaces because of the NFL background atmosphere. But I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to going down and playing again.